Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of Yona of the Dawn, Episode 8. So this episode was definitely a change of pace from the previous episodes, most of the previous episodes anyways, that we've had, because most of the previous episodes we've had so far have been a bit more on the serious side and a bit more dramatic, where this episode was actually very relaxing. I mean, we did get some more backstory and characterization for Ikusu and Yoon, and we learn basically their history together, how Yoon grew up on the streets, poor, homeless. He had nothing, basically he had nothing but the clothes on his back. Okay, and he, as a child, don't know exactly what happened to his parents. I think it's supposed to be presumed that they were killed or something. And as a child, he was going to resort to thievery in order to get what he wanted, which I think most people would do that. Okay, unless they're like Ikusu, who's always been a monk and whatnot. You know, I think most people, anyways, I guess I should say it that way. I think most people would probably do that. I mean, I know I would. Like, if it was either steal or die, I would steal, okay. And it's kind of uncertain exactly what kind of, if he was in the same location back then as he is now, and what exactly changed, you know, how he's able to find food so easily now, what the world was like back then compared to now. So that's still kind of a mystery, but I really hope that is explained in the future, because I do think it'll be really interesting. But basically, Yoon was going to steal from Ikusu, okay, because he heard that there was a wandering traveler who had gold on him, and he figured that was Ikusu. And he was right, but Ikusu already gave all his gold to someone else, to like this other child that he met along the way, and so he had none left. And through some trials and tribulations, the two ended up living together and whatnot. And the flashback made me respect Yoon a lot more. Or maybe, well, Yoon too, but maybe respect Ikusu a lot more, because even though he's a man of religion and whatnot, he didn't really seem to shove it down Yoon's throat, okay? Even when Yoon in the past told him that he doesn't believe in God, all he did was continue to smile, which that's definitely something to be respected for, because that's very uncommon, at least from my own personal experience. In addition to that, when Ikusu went away to try to find some books and food and whatnot, and sandals and whatnot for Yoon, he ended up getting robbed, okay? And instead of running away like a fucking pussy, he manned up and he came back and he told Yoon exactly what happened and apologized to him. Very respectable fucking character, okay? And Yoon himself is really respectable too. And this flashback, as well as how they are currently now, which we do get some moments between them in the present in this episode, really helps to show exactly their relationship, okay? And that it feels like they have sort of like a brotherly relationship in a way, okay? And Yoon truly feels that Ikusu will be better off, would not survive without him. And from what we've seen so far, we can kind of believe that. Like, I mean, then again, before he even met Yoon, he did survive for quite a while without him. But that being said, we can kind of believe that in a way, from what we've seen from Ikusu so far in this series, okay? But at the end of the series, upon Ikusu's request, he does decide to accompany Princess Yona and Hawk on their journey, because to him, Ikusu's word is absolute. Like, that's how much he basically loves Ikusu, okay? And so he does decide to accompany them and whatnot. I think there was some comedy in this episode, but there was also some serious moments too. But I think the funniest part about this episode was at the end, when Yoon opens up his bag and pulls out this, like, sack, okay? And says that he's going to throw the princess in it and carry her in that in order to get past border security or something along those lines. I'm just like, seriously, dude? Sheesh. That was really fucking funny. That was really funny, okay? So there was some comedy in this episode, definitely. The majority of the rest of the comedy, though, revolves around Ikusu, definitely. Because Ikusu's just a clumsy nitwit. And I'm hoping that we don't... I'm hoping that we see more of him in the future. I never thought I'd say that about a character like him. But yeah, I hope we see more of him in the future, because he's a really good character, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if they take the route where when Yoon comes back, someone actually raided where Ikusu lives and killed him. Like, in order to insert some major conflict into Ikusu's character. I'm not sure if they would do that or not, because Ikusu's not really a main character. Or, I mean, Yoon's not really a main character. Okay, like, I mean, he could definitely become one, who knows? I mean, this is only episode 8 out of 24, I think. Whatever, I know it's going to be 2 core, so... I mean, he could definitely become a main character. I mean, he's traveling with the 2 main characters right now, so you never know. But even if he doesn't really become a main character, they could still possibly do that in order to insert a lot of conflict into his character and see exactly where his character would go from there. I mean, I would, you know, but of course I'm not writing this series. But anyways, though, overall, I really enjoyed this episode once again. For the most part, it was a really relaxing episode. And I can't wait for next week's episode, because I really want to see where they're going to go from here. I really don't know, like, I don't remember if it's stated before where they plan on going next. Except to, like, get these, like, 4 dragon emperors or something like that. Try to get them to help them. But do they even know where to go to get them? You know what I mean? And my theory still sticks that since there was only 4 generals accompanying Yona at the end of the first episode, at the quick flash forward at the end of the first episode, then Hawk's probably gonna die. And in terms of Yoon, either my prediction for him is that either he's going to return to Ikusu or he's gonna die as well. Okay? Because again, there were only 4, as far as we knew, that was accompanying Yona during that brief flash forward at the end of episode 1. And now that Yoon, who's a really good character, by the way, I really like his character, now that Yoon's accompanying them, I'm really nervous. Then again, like, I won't complain if he does die, because, you know, character death is realistic, obviously, and I like character death if it's done right. But still, it does make me kind of worried, because I'm pretty sure that all 4 of those generals accompanying Yona during that flash forward at the end of episode 1 were all the Dragon Emperors, or whatever the fuck they were called, okay? So, overall, if you've yet to see this week's episode of Yona, I definitely recommend that you do. The animation, for the most part, is on point. Not the best in the series so far, but there weren't really any, like, action scenes in this episode, so obviously they probably saved most of their budget for the action scenes. During the dramatic scenes in this episode, I thought the animation was at its best. That fucking music, as always, is really good too. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.